How's it going? I'm Jamie Bartholomaus, brewmaster and one of the owners of Foothills Brewing. We're going to do a little tour here. We're going to walk around the brewery and just kind of give you a brief explanation of what we do. So start off, this is our back warehouse area. It's kind of where everything, a lot of the work goes on back here. So this pallet of white bags here is Pilsner malt. It's some of our raw materials. We have probably about 20 different varieties of barley that we use in our beers. When we pull a recipe, we pull several different varieties of different bags and put it together, and that's what makes the recipe. So we kind of pull the grain, we put it up here by our mill. The green thing up there behind the forklift is our mill. Okay. We'll put the bags of barley up on the pallet and pour it into the mill. It crushes the barley in pieces. It exposes the starch inside. That's what we use to make sugar later on. So we want to expose it so that we can use it later. Right. So we're actually ready to brew. There's a PVC pipe coming out of here. That's a flex auger. There's a metal screw inside, and at the other end there's a motor that pulls the grain up to the mash tun where we hydrate it and use it. Just a list of all our taps across the state. Okay. We self-distribute our beer, so it's really the only way we have keeping track of different beers everybody keeps on. Okay. It's kind of like our command center, where we use to know what we need to keg, and just as we plan our schedule for what beer to make next. Here, we're brewing some beer today. We're brewing some of our Torch Pilsner, so you get to see it in action here. Just shut it'll probably be a little loud. We just shut one of the pumps off so that it'll be a little easier to hear in here. Watch the step, come up here. It's Anthony and Evan, two of our great brewers. This is the Torch Pilsner. We're coming through the sparge and lautering process. Literally take this like canoe paddle, stir it up in there, okay, and that's what makes the mash. We shoot for about 150 degrees resting temperature. It's kind of like the consistency of oatmeal, so thick and sticky. Right. After we get it all in there, we let it sit for about an hour. Then we get fast forward to where we are now. We're starting the runoff process where all the sugar we created. We need to collect that sugar. So there's a screen in the bottom of the tank. The liquid comes out, moves over to the kettle, while the barley stays behind in the mash tun. Okay. So we can look in here and see we've just started the collection process. See, it's kind of just a third full or so. And we kind of continue to run this process until we get a full amount. Then we'll boil it. Okay. Boil it for 90 minutes. That's when we add the hops. Hops, give bitterness to balance the sweetness of the barley. Right. And also act as a natural preservative to help keep the beer stay good. We don't put any preservatives in our beer. So, let's see, the hot liquor tank. That's just hot water storage. That's where we get all our hot water. Okay. So after we're done the boil, we cool the beer down. We run it through a series of heat exchangers. Oh, yeah. So you can look over here. Just those blue things, beer runs through them. Water runs on one side, cold water, and the hot beer runs on the other side of the plate. So it's like a series of plates. And the cold beer comes out hot, the hot beer comes out cold. After we transfer the beer into the fermenter, like this. We'll follow this hose into the tank. The beer we're brewing now will end up in this tank a little later. Okay. And then, as you can see, we brewed these beers the past couple days. So after you transfer the beer in here, you add the yeast. Right. The yeast the sugars we've created, and creates alcohol and carbon dioxide as a byproduct. These beers are actively fermenting. You can see they're bubbling. That's CO2 that's being released as the fermentation process goes on. We have to control the temperature of the tanks to make sure it doesn't get too hot. Right. We want to ferment at a certain temperature. So if you look over here, we have a little temperature control box, and you can see beers are held at different temperatures. So the glycol runs through the tanks to control the temperature. So if it gets too hot, starts to warm up. The glycol runs through at about 20 degrees and cools the beer back down to the desired set point. So these two beers that are actively fermenting here, 2 batches of our Sexual Chocolate Imperial Stout. So it's seasonal we make, that comes out Valentine's Day. It's a cocoa Imperial Stout, about 10% alcohol. It's one of our more well-known brands. It's kind of a catchy name and logo, so people tend to get excited about it. So it won't be ready until February 7th, which is when we release the beer and do a limited bottle release of that beer. It's the only beer we bottle.
Right.
So that'll be happening in the beginning of February, a week before Valentine's, so you can get all your Valentine's gifts. For those of you that are 21. Over here is our conditioning tank room. We rack the beer for some additional maturation. In here the beer sits for 1 to 8 weeks, kind of depending on what beer it is and how long it needs to be ready. Sometimes the beer is ready once it moves in here, like for instance, in these 2 tanks is a batch of our porter. You can see in the line, it's kind of dark beer. That we don't filter that beer, so basically once it's in here, it's ready. Once we deem it aged enough, it's ready to keg off or drink. Right. Over here is our supply of hops. There's different boxes. We can look at some hops real quick. There's some whole hops that just dried whole hops. You can see that looks like a pine cone. How it's kind of layered like that. And then we have some pelletized hops. These are some Columbus hops. And they're the same as the whole hops, except chopped up and just pressed together. They're real sticky and oily, so they press together real well. So they just, you can see the big chunk of them. They just press right together and crumble apart. But so some of the beers, once they're conditioned long enough, then we'll filter them if they're to be filtered. Right. So we use a series of paper pads to filter the beer. It pulls out the yeast and makes the beer clear. Right. And over here is our serving tank room, where the beer is served for the restaurant. It's either served out of tanks or out of kegs, either one, just kind of depending. So these tanks all have different beers in them, and it's being served through these trunk lines on the wall. It goes underground and then straight to the tap. So most of the beer served here is never leaves the tank. Okay. So, cool. We tend to use the tanks more for our faster moving beers and the ones that move a little less fast, like our stout or our double IPA and that kind of stuff. We'll put that in kegs, so we can use the tanks for beers that turn a little faster. So that's most of the tour. We basically do that over and over again. Right. We keg off the beer. Over here, there's some empty kegs. Every week we store our empties here, and then on Monday's our keg day. Every Monday we clean and fill kegs, whatever we think we're gonna need for the week, and again, we self-distribute our beer, which means all of our guys who work for us drive the beer to the accounts, they sell it, deliver it, maintain all the draft lines, and everything that has to do with our beer. Those guys do. So. All right. That's about it.